All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So, this is going to be under fair use. And what I'm doing now is we're seeing how low Esau has fallen, right? So as you can see in this thumbnail, this is London, and London has trash everywhere, right? And, unfortunately you have homeless people there too, because of the governing of Esau Edom. Now, if you don't know, London used to be a wonder of the world. It used to be a place many people want to visit and many people want to live because it was historical and all this other stuff, right? And it was known as a white city. But now, as you can see, there's trash everywhere now. There's trash in the streets, in the conditions. Well, not I'm not gonna say conditions, but in the places where Esau lives now, there's trash everywhere, right? There is a lot of homeless Edomites because the government has forsaken them. You even have this one part right here that says, due to the Holiday Inn saying, due to the changing temperature, we have now changed the settings for the rooms to heating between the hours of 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. and then from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. Right, so you can't even control your own heating. They control your heating for you. So if you're cold, then it is what it is, right? And this is the foolishness of Esau Edom. From a good scripture, it says, I will take the wise men out of Teman. For it says, let's get Obadiah chapter 1 verse 9. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 9. And it says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter, right? So you got the mighty men of Teman being dismayed, right? You got the rulership in Esau Edom, right, being destroyed. And it says right here in Obadiah chapter 1 verse 8, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Right. As you can see, the things that Esau Edom has been doing lately, not just in London, but everywhere around the world, has no understanding. Right? I believe there's no understanding to it, there's no wisdom to it. I believe there was an instance not too long ago where people, I believe it was these government officials, right, that have tried to pass funding for transgender care on animals. What is the understanding to that? That's straight up wickedness. There is no understanding nor wisdom to trying to pass funding to do gender affirming care on animals. That's weird. That's wicked. That's evil. Right? So, as you can see, you got the subways, and the subways are terrible in everywhere that Esau Edom is ruling, right? So, in America, the subways are awful. In London, the subways are awful, right? And as you can see, it's only going to get worse for Esau Edom when these countries around the world want nothing to do with them, right? It says right here, it says, let the weak say I'm strong. Joel chapter 3 verse 10. Be your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. Right. So these nations, right, are becoming stronger. You have Africa having this uh revolution of going against the policies of Esau Edom, even if they're slapped with great sanctions and tariffs. Africa is trying to become independent from Esau Edom, right? So what's happening is Africa's kicking France out, right? And France is getting the blow from it. America, you know, they're not having as much leverage room as they did with Africa back then 10, 20, and many years ago. And you have other nations around the world trying to trade in their own currencies, completely excluding and secluding America out of the trade system. So with Trump in office, right, this is a great thing because Trump is going to speed up this seclusion of America being isolated, right? Because with Trump threatening with tariffs and reciprocal tariffs, yeah, reciprocal tariffs sound good, they sound great. But when you have something like BRICS, it's easier just to trade in your own currency than to deal with reciprocal tariffs, right? You would think that reciprocal tariffs can only benefit the American people, but no. What's going to happen is those reciprocal tariffs, the consumers are going to have to pay, right? And then not only that, after they pay for the reciprocal tariffs, because most things are made from China anyways, then China might just say, you know what? I don't want to trade with America no more. I want to trade with other people in my own currency, in BRICS. Next thing you know, America lost China, and it's going to be a cascading effect. And then before you know it, World War III really will be popping off, and the MOTB will make its appearance. The MOTB is already here, but hyperinflation definitely seems it's going to hit, and the MOTB will soon start being distributed, right? Now it says in Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, Edom may say, though we have been crushed, we will rebuild the ruins. But this is what the Lord Almighty says. They may build, but I will demolish. They will be called the wicked land, a people always under the wrath of the Lord. Right. So the thing is, Esau has rebuilt, and he has rebuilt with the blood on his hands, with the blood of the Native Americans, his blacks, and Hispanics. But here's the thing. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai will destroy Esau Edom, and anything that Esau has built up, Yahweh will completely annihilately demolish anything that Esau has built, right? And Esau Edom will be known, so-called white people will be known as the people under the wrath of the Lord, right? We already kind of see this with the you know what, the people with the fake identity in Israel. People are already turning against them. People around the world are starting to have no sympathy against those fraudsters in that land, right? And this is how also that this world is taking a turn for the worst because of this. Gold. Gold is consistently smashing new records. Gold is at $2,945. Right? So as you can see, with gold being this high, the threat of bad things happening around the world is pretty much certain, right? And yeah, brethren, we don't have too much longer. You know, eventually, what they're gonna have to do is they're legit going to have to introduce the C-hip system because the dollar is completely worthless. And many people say that the dollar isn't backed by gold, it's backed by fiat. Well, here's the thing. It may be backed by fiat, but at the end of the day, and when I say backed by fiat, what happens is the dollar is backed by oil, right? So fiat money backed by oil. And yes, the dollar may be backed by oil. The fiat currency may be backed by oil, but real money at the end of the day is gold and silver, right? So when you start to see these people realize the dollar is worth nothing, people are going to want something of true value, which is gold and silver. And guess what? America definitely doesn't have as much gold and silver as it said it had before, I believe, right? And two, with these countries trading with each other, once the petrodollar goes out, that's it for America. This is why BRICS is such a threat to America, right? Because yes, America's dollar may be backed by oil, but at the end of the day, real money always supersedes fiat, no matter what. And this will send America to a terrible economic collapse where the C-hip will have to be introduced. So I hope this lesson was very edifying, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, and Shalom.